All right, so for those of us that are choosing to do the Google Slide version of our Pathogen one pagers, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set it up as well as how to put images in and prepare your document to do what it needs to do based off of the way I would do it. You can do it however way you want to, but this is the way that I would do it. If you are doing a Google drawing, this area right here is the only area that you can put stuff in. I know sometimes when we have like the diagrams and stuff that we do, I might put directions over here and maybe put the tiles that you move or the arrows that you move over here, but this is not your workable space. So if you put anything over here, we will not be able to see it, or I will not be able to see it. So it has to be in this area that has the checkered area. Same with your slides. It has to be in this page area that you have to work with. So make sure that you're working within your area. Now, if you decide that you want to do a Google drawing, the process is pretty much the same whether you decide you want to do a drawing or if you want to do it in slides. It's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is the space that you're working in. All right, so the first thing that I would do, because I like to work smarter, not harder, I know that I have to divide my paper into 4 sections. So I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to insert a table. And I'm going to do a 2 by 2 table because it automatically gives me 4 boxes. I'm going to stretch it so that way it covers majority of my papers. All I did was click and drag. I'm going to drag the little handles, and then I'm going to pull it down so that it covers my whole page. And for the most part, it's centered-ish for the most part. If you want it totally centered, you can right-click it, and you can distribute your columns and your rows, and it will do that for you. If you are um, me personally, I like to be able to see my lines. I don't feel like these lines are thick enough for me. So I'm going to select my table. I'm going to go over here to lines, and I'm going to just make my lines thicker. If you click a different number, then it'll make it bigger. We know Miss Ewing's favorite color is purple. So we're going to make my borders purple. That looks black. I don't like that. We're going to make them nice and purple. And then I am going to start with my labels because I had to divide my paper in fours. I had to label it as pathogens, and I also have to put the titles in for my 4 types of pathogens. So in order to add the label, I'm going to insert a text box. So I'm going to click this box right here. I'm going to draw my text box here. I like some colors, so I'm going to fill my box. I like this teal. That's pretty. Kind of looks like hornet colors. And I'm going to name it pathogens. If I spell something wrong, excuse me ahead of time because we know that Miss Hewing's struggle is definitely spelling. Know your struggle. I want my font color to be... No, I don't like that. We'll go with that color. Nice and bright. I also want my text to be in the middle of my box, but I also want it in the middle of the box vertically. So I'm going to select both of those centers. And I want my font to look a little different. So I'm going to change that, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Not that big. And so now I have 2 of my 3 requirements. It's already there. So the next thing I need to do is add my my other titles. So I'm going to go back to my text box. I'm going to add a text box. I think the reverse colors of what I already have. So I'm going to go with this for the background. Whoop, wrong button. Paint. Go with that. And then for my text, I'm going to go with this color. I want it to be... I'll keep it the same thing. And I want it bold. And we're going to start with viruses. Actually, before I do that, because I want my boxes to be uniform, I'm just going to copy and paste my box. So I'm going to select it. Come on, box. Select the box, and then I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to paste it 1, 2, 3 times. So that way I can stick one over here. It looks uniformed, and I don't have to reinvent the wheel. All right, so then I'm going to go with virus. Once again, and I could have did this first so that way I didn't have to do it to all of them, but I didn't. I want my box labels to be about the size of the words. So I can shrink it and make it a different size just because I know I'm gonna have to put pictures and stuff and I want it to be that way. Whoop, center, center, bacteria, um, pull my handles. All right. Mm, I'll put them somewhat in the middle. Then I have our fungi. That right there. And my parasites. Use that. Put that in the middle. And looky there. So now I got all four of my requirements for my page setup. I have my title, my papers divided in fours, and I have my labels that are there. So I have all of my points that I want for the way I have it set up. So my setup's complete. So now I have to add my facts about my topic. So I can choose, and for the sake of time, I'm just going to type some randomness. And I will say that you may have to do a little bit of formatting because it may not be exactly the way you want it or where you want stuff. Once you start typing stuff, we don't know what any of this is, but these are my three facts. You are going to find actual facts, not whatever that says. Um, I'm going to put, for the sake of time, I'm just going to copy and paste. But if you need to change like where some of your stuff is, say you need to format that, you could also, if you want to be able to move your text and stuff around, you can insert another text box and put that there and insert your text in the box. So that way you can move your box around. You don't have to worry about moving your words and making sure that they line up. If you put it in a text box, you can just move the whole text box as you see fit. Um, and like I said, you can fill it with color if you want, if that's what you decide that you want to do. All right, so now I have my three facts, I have my labels, and all of that. So now we're going to go to our pictures, which I have to put in. I have to put three pictures of each. So say, for instance, that I am doing, let's go with a virus. I want to go to, nope, insert. I'm going to go to image, and I'm going to search the web. I can search the web straight from slides, and it makes life easier. We've talked about coronavirus, so I'm gonna add that one. You're not gonna add coronavirus because we've talked about it. But say that this is the coronavirus image I want to do. I'm gonna do is click it and I'm gonna drag it. It'll pop up over there. Bam, there it is. It's way too big, so I have to drag it and do some resizing. You may have to do it a few times so you can get it the size you want and put it where you want. I know that some people have they were looking for images that had the name of their virus in it, so that way it's easily identifiable. In the event that this was this image and it doesn't have a name on it, you can easily just add, insert another text box right here, and then just type the name of it, so that way we know what it is. You could type coronavirus. Right there. So that way we know that this is a picture of a coronavirus. If you just wanted to look up a generic virus, maybe you didn't necessarily want to, and you wanted to see what it is. It's easier to look for specific viruses. So you may need to do a Google search and find a list of viruses. So that way you can actually know what to Google when you look at this stuff. If I wanted to look at a amoeba, oh, I'm gonna spell that wrong. Amoeba. There we go. I always forget the O in amoeba, like always. You figure I would know how to spell that by now. Um, 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 um. I don't know. There's all kinds of different amoebas, and I'm not exactly sure which ones these are. So let's find a cool looking one and say we use this one. Say I think that that's that brain-eating amoeba that we watched from that video the other day. I could get the name of it and once again insert a text box, add my pictures. Um, Make sure you have 3 in each box. And there you go. This box, because we put this our words in the text box. Say for instance, my pictures were taking up all the space over there. I can easily move that text box and then move my picture. Versus this, I would have to do a lot more formatting and pressing enter a bunch of times, and then trying to backspace this stuff because I really just kind of wanted the space, and then having to do all of that. There's a few extra steps that you could do versus just putting it in a text box. So I would suggest you do that so you can just move it around a little bit easier with formatting. And that's pretty much how you build your one pager. Put your boxes in, find your pictures. You might have to do a little Googling to find some interesting viruses, bacteria, fungi. Just make it awesome. If I wanted to change like the whole background of this, I could change the background of the individual cubes by hitting the fill and changing that square to this color. That's how you add color to it. It can be real easy. It doesn't have to be super duper hard, but it's whatever you decide. I know these colors don't match, but I was trying to prove a point. But there you go. Ooh, those clash bad. That hurts my eyes. But you could do any of those things that you decide that you want to do to make your poster look awesome. If you have any questions and you're watching this video on how to do that, please send me a message in my Canvas inbox and I will get back to you.